Welcome back to DreamLeague Season 5. We're back here from the Monster Energy DreamHack Studios after game or series number 1. Sorry, I'm a little bit lightheaded because, you know, I'm not a smoker, but there's still some vape hanging around here apparently.
That was dank, dude. Dank rips. Big rips.
I almost wanted to open with Welcome to Meme League Season 5, but I didn't do that.
I'm
because that felt like
right
it would be
now.
BM.
Well, it's not really BM. You're just taking the moral high ground by not opening that one.
Yes.
But then because you say that you were going to, and then not doing it still
Okay.
makes
I
you not
ruined
taking
it.
the moral high ground. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
But see, the ultimate problem with that is if you don't say anything at all, then no
people
one
don't know
ever
that
knows that
Yeah.
you didn't meme.
Yeah.
That's how they get you.
You know, when you meme right, it's like you never memed at all.
Yep.
Think
No,
about that one.
That's not how that works.
All right.
Okay, so we got ourselves the series between No Diggity and London Conspiracy. We just seen No Diggity in a 2-game series, and they played really well. You casted that series. What's your overall opinion after the series? Both games are done. No Diggity. How do you see them move forward here?
I think the first game was a draft win.
Okay.
Because in a lot of ways, I really think that VP's lineup had inherent issues pushing high ground, and we talked about it during the game. You know, it took them a really long time. They tried like 5 times and couldn't do it. And after some point, you have to consider, okay, this team actually just has no feasible way of going high ground. In the second game, it was kind of a stomp. A lot of that was obviously on the back of Yapsor. He had a phenomenal game. He hit like, what, every single arrow he threw early game?
Almost.
Almost, yeah. And when you have a game like that, it's like Pycat said, you pretty much just win. So that game, I think they just out-executed what VP had. I think VP's lineup was capable of winning, but they just played worse. And in the first game, I think they won based on draft. So with that, going into the second series against London Conspiracy, I think it puts them as heavy favorites.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you were already saying, like before, in the pre-show, that you were thinking that it was going to be a 1-1 previous series and this one was going to be 2-0.
Yes, that's what I
Or
thought.
and potentially even 1-1. But now you changed your
I'm
mind?
more 2-0 for No Diggity now than I was at the beginning of the day.
Okay. How are you looking up in this series?
You know, Drasko told me to stick to my guns. I said that it was going to be a 3 in wins for No Diggity. I think London Conspiracy is going to do a little bit of conspiratizing. That's a word. And they're definitely
now.
It is.
Conspiratizing is absolutely going to be happening in this next one. I think they're going to take one.
Isn't it just conspiring?
They are going to pull some conspiring.
Look, I'm not an English guy.
Totally
right?
makes sense. Drasko conspiring over conspiratized.
That's how the lizard men get you.
That's how they get it.
Yeah.
I'm Vape Nation, dude. I go with the man.
This is what I work with, guys.
Just talk about the Snapchat,
Okay.
all right?
Oh, I can. Yeah. Follow Snapchat on DH Dream League. I mean, you can follow my own, but I don't think they want me to
follow
plug that.
your Snapchat while you're
Let's not do
there.
that.
Please
Let's
don't do
not
that.
No, don't do that. So we have got ourselves a series very soon. Now, we're going to imagine that London Conspiracy just watched the series against, with No Dignity and First Pro as well, or at least, look back on what actually happened, maybe watch it in fast forward, which I know a lot of pros do, because they can understand Dota way faster than I can. So if they watch it fast forward, they can still see more than what I see if I see it on normal speed. It's very actually sad for me, but
Jeez.
or good for them. Let's say good for them. So what does London Conspiracy do different from Virtus Pro? What have they learned?
I would try to... It's really hard to banner on Yapsor because it feels like he just plays everything. And I think that he has one of the biggest impacts in the early game of anyone on No Diggity by a pretty wide margin. So maybe think about trying to put Kezu maybe on something other than Void. I want to see what he does with a hero that's a little bit harder to execute with. Void's one of those heroes that typically has a really easy lane.
Yeah.
And then he transitions into hitting some spheres in mid-game, and it seems like he's comfortable on that. So maybe give him something else that's not a Void, and maybe don't worry about the Enigma pick so much. Because take this, for example, in Game 1. If they have Enigma and not Void, pushing high ground becomes significantly easier. It's like Pycat said, you ban one or the other.
Yeah.
But I actually think that leaving the Enigma in with how much aggression that VP showed in Game 1 and their ability to punish, I think that London Conspiracy are capable of doing the same thing. Like, punish that mid. If they pick Invoker Enigma together, just keep ganking Koigfa, make him have that hard early game. And then instead of having this Chrono and Black Hole you have to push into, maybe you just only have one. And that's much more dealable. Like, you don't have to be worried about it. So I would like to see them actually try to ban out Kezu instead of Yapsor.
As you said, you can't survive the double bubble, right?
Double bubble is OP, man.
Yeah.
At TI3, that was like the dream.
Why not ban Invoker? They used Invoker very well in all of their games.
It's one of those heroes that any team can run though. You know, you don't really want to ban a hero that everyone plays unless you have a specific like mid hero that does bad against Invoker. That's when you ban him. Or when he's just very good with another hero. Like say the enemy team opens up Void and they don't pick Invoker, and OD you take, for example, and then you would want to ban Invoker because then it's like, okay, Exert Invoker plus Void, really good.
Yeah.
Or the other scenario is they open up Void and you can pick Invoker yourself, then you do that because the synergy is obvious.
Right.
But I don't think that just straight up banning Invoker is really necessary unless, again, you have a specific idea.
We can take a look at what they're actually going to ban as we are in the draft for game number 1 of the series. London Conspiracy removed a Lone Druid and Invoker.
They actually did, okay.
New strategy.
Diggity,
London Conspiracy did.
London Conspiracy
okay,
did.
that's because London Conspiracy don't actually play Invoker. Like Baby Knight doesn't play that hero.
Okay.
Or if he does, he plays it poorly. No offense. But it's true.
You all right, Dresky? Look, big zoom in on Dresky. You like it over there?
It's like it's
of course, the second I say something even moderately construed as inflammatory, I get a camera on my face. Thank you.
Looks
Great
good.
stuff.
Okay, so Chen and